Hello everyone, this video will be covering the vendor inquiry module in Munis. The vendor inquiry program allows you to access the vendor file used by accounts payable, purchase order, and requisition programs. The fields within the program cannot be added, updated, deleted, or modified in any way. This program is used to report on the information contained in the vendor file for each vendor that is set up in the system. Use this program to print vendor data or to query vendor information, including documents attached through TCM. It is important to note that if you do not have maintained vendor privileges, the program does not display vendor account or payment information. The vendor inquiry module can be accessed a couple of different ways. Under the Tyler menu and under the Munis section, you can click on Departmental Functions. A drop-down menu will appear. There you can click on Vendor Inquiry. If you ever have trouble finding your program, you can also type some or all of the name of the program you're searching for in the search bar. Once you type it, you can press enter and it will bring up anything that has that name in it. Click on Vendor Inquiry to open it. There are two main sections of the screen. The top is the General Vendor Information section. This has our vendor number, the alpha name, which is typically a shorter version of the full name or the name that the company goes by, a status, a type, and a reason. Here in the middle, you can see that we have the contact information, the full company name. If they have a doing business as name, it's listed here. They have the address and any other contact information. As you can see, there can be multiple addresses for a business. This is often if they need to have purchase orders sent to one address, but payment sent to another, for example. In order to do a search for a vendor, you can search by any of the fields that appear white when you click on the search button. As you can see, most of them are. There's only a few that are grayed out. First and foremost, always remember to type in caps. Munis is case sensitive. If you know your vendor number, you can enter that. If you'd like to search by a name, you can search by all or part of a name using the wildcard. The wildcard is the asterisk key. So for example, I want to look for Office Depot, but I'm not entirely sure how it's listed. I can type office and an asterisk or wildcard. Once I hit accept, it will pull up anything that has the word office at the beginning of the name. As you can see, we have 11 down here at the bottom. It says 1 of 11. I can use these buttons to scroll through and look at all of the different options. The second one is Office Depot. It is active. This is the one that I want to see. Statuses include active, bidder, inactive, one-time pay, stop, temporary, and self-service. Anytime a vendor is marked stop or inactive, they cannot be used for requisition entry. The type can be a construction vendor, a CCSD employee, normal, a payroll vendor, a school vendor, or a TWA employee. Typically, normal is going to cover all of our vendors like Office Depot, Staples, cooperative purchasing, etc. However, if you're searching for an employee, it is helpful when you do your search to click the Employee CCSD button to narrow down your search results. Looking back on the Office Depot vendor information, I would like to point out a few other things to look for. There's all of these tabs right here. Many of them will not be used, or at least not completely used. Under the General tab, you can see the purchasing delivery method, the payables delivery method, payment receipt method. These things should not be changed by anybody outside of the finance department. Miscellaneous typically doesn't have anything on it. Contacts will have anyone listed who is our representative if there's a specific phone number or email address for someone within the company that we usually work with. User-defined certifications, insurances, and withholding are typically not used for anything that will pertain to people outside of the finance department. At the top of the screen, you'll see this paperclip up here. This is for TCM, Tyler Content Management. This is where we can attach documents that pertain to the vendor. Often this number will tell you how many documents are attached, but please be aware there is a glitch in the system, and sometimes it will say 0 even though there are things attached. So if you click on the paperclip button, it will open a separate tab for Tyler Content Manager, and it will show you any documents that are listed here. You can view them, download them, print them, etc. When you are done with this screen, you can exit out of it simply by clicking the X at the top. At the top of the screen, you will see all of these colorful, as we like to call them here, Skittles. One of the ones that is most helpful or can be helpful is the PO inquiry. It's the orange Skittle right here. When you click on that, you can do a search for all purchase orders for that vendor based on search criteria. If you want to search for a specific period, you can do that. If you want to search the whole year, you can remove the period and just leave it open to the year. Here I have 2022. You can choose a status if you want to, and you can also search for a specific PO number if you want. For this purpose, I'm going to leave it open-ended and search for all purchase orders under this vendor for the year 2022. I click the green accept button, and it will show me a list of everything that has been entered for that vendor. If I'm looking for a specific one, I can download this, I can sort, I can filter. Also, if I want to look further at a PO, say I want to see this one, I can click on it, double click, and it will open the purchase order inquiry screen. This will give you all of the information about the purchase order, including the line detail. Once you've looked at everything you need to look at, you can hit the back button to go back to your list. To close out of that, again, hit the back button. Once you've completed all of this, you can back out of the vendor inquiry program by hitting the blue back button, and it will close. If you have any questions or you need further assistance with this module, please don't hesitate to contact Business Services Department for assistance. Thank you so much.